Hello everyone, I thought it had been a little while since I had done a pick 10, so I think that's what I'm going to do. All my prompts are on lolly sticks, and sometimes I take them out one at a time and do a page. This time for speed and because I haven't done one for a little while, I'm a bit out of practice, I'm just going to pick out 10 sticks and then we'll have a look and see what we've got to do with them. So I'm just going to pick out 1, 2, I'm not looking, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, come here, 7, let's have that one, oops, sorry, 8, 9 and 10, right, one, let's check I've got 10, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there we go. Let's see what we've got then. We have use corrugated cardboard. Let's just zoom in a bit so you can read these as well, hopefully. Oh, how far do we need to go? There we go. So I've got use corrugated cardboard. We've got add random words, add flowers, distress something, use cut or torn shapes from book pages, add dimension, use 3 colours of acrylic paints, add embossing, oh you can't see these, let's move them up a bit, add texture paste, and add texture. Oh well, some of those are a bit similar. Shall I swap one out or should we just keep going? Because adding textures is, if I'm going to take add texture out because texture paste adds texture. Let's have, oh no, not having that because I've got random words. I'm being a bit of a diva again today. Doodle or draw. Oh well, I'll have to stick with that, I think. Okay, so those are my prompts. So I'm going to go around and grab some bits and pieces, having a think about what I'm going to do, and then come back. Right, I thought I'd just show you my thought process. I mean, obviously this is subject to change, but I thought this is how I would approach this pick 10. So using 3 colours of acrylic paints to do a background, add some embossing, either with an embossing folder, probably not because I've got such a large area, or maybe heat embossing. Add texture paste and add dimension, well those two sort of go hand in hand, and using corrugated cardboard, probably all of that will be on my background. Add random words and distress something. Now I can physically distress something, I could rough up the edges of something, or I could use some distress ink on something. I might head down that route with those. And then these 3, use cut or torn shapes from book pages, doodle or draw, and add flowers. I'm thinking could probably be all from the same, you know, I could do those 2 things together. So that's the way I'm heading with this. Right, I've pulled out some paint. I'm not sure about this at all, but I've got like a baby blue, a baby pink, and I've picked out an orange as well, just because. So I'm going to squirt some on the side. I have no idea if this will work. If it's horrible, then I'll pick 3 more colours and redo it. I'm not even sure. Oh, there is paint in there. And that's for this. Let's see. Might have to dry it in between because we don't think orange and blue will go terribly well. If indeed there's any orange in here. Maybe it's telling me something. That orange is not good. Maybe it is telling me that. Let's swap that out. Right, I've brought in a different pink, but I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. So let us see. First of all, I'm going to use a baby wipe. Just going to give myself something like a flat surface to use. Pick up some paint and This is just going to give us a quick cover. Oops, I probably should have used a different part of a baby wipe for the blue instead of just going straight in. I'm going to just get cleaner bit off the baby wipe for the pink. Right, I am not going to use pink. I have another idea now, having said that, and having done what I've done. Or am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to, right, let's clean some of this up. I'm going to clean up and get another paint colour. Right, this is corrugated card, but it is, I need to get to it. So I think I can, if this works, spray some water on it and dampen that top surface a little bit. And then if I get my pokey tool, she says, and find a way in. I just want to get rid of that top surface. Maybe I should do it with my fingers a bit better. Here we go. We can expose some of the corrugations this way. Right, now I can use that. Get rid of those bits because I don't need those. Now, let's see what we can do with this. I think I'll do it this way. Oops, might have been better to get rid of the water. And where's my corrugated cardboard? Here. I'm going in with some green. Now, I don't know if this will work, and it might ruin this, and then, well, we'll have to think of a plan. I'm just going to put some paint, and it's green paint, on to the cardboard. I just want to know what it looks like before I ruin everything. Well, that's not too bad. That will kind of do. I don't know if I can just put it in there, if that would work any better. Let's have a look. Yeah. So this is my third colour of paint. And I'm using the corrugated card to make kind of lines. Right, and I think I will stop there, clean this up, dry this and be back. Right, I'm going to use this stamp here. Now I do have a large stamping block somewhere, but I can't find it. So I'm going to have to use this one and just hope for the best. Let's see what we can do with this. So this is, I'm hoping to go for the part of embossing with this, so I won't do too many, but Alright, there's one. Hopefully that's... Let's have another one. Just there maybe. And I don't know if I want a third one. Maybe not. Let's just keep that for now. Right. I am going to use, I don't have a lot of clear. Well, I've got half a pot, but I'm going to use clear on that and hope that it will stick on. It's got caught up on my wire. Okie doke. Is there enough on there? Probably not. Bear with me. I haven't got it all, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just about to do the same again. So let's try it over here before it dries. Right, I'm not going to worry too much. I've got a feeling I'm probably going to use this again, so let's just put that to one side. Right, I'm going to heat emboss that and then I'll be back. Right, I'm still going to be embossing, but I want to add some sort of stems and things, and I'm using an embossing pen for that, I think. I really don't know where I'm going with this, so I'm hoping that this is not dry. It doesn't feel great. Let's have another one down there. And we'll have another one like that. Actually, I wanted to do it in green, thinking about that, and I haven't got any green embossing. Wonder what I can do with that then. Right, let's try again. Let's see. Right, what I have got is this holographic I can't even see where the lines are, so I'm just having to wing it here and hope for the best. Let me just pour this away. Well, that does need dealing with. It's got quite a bit of powder left in it, but I don't want to waste time now. All right, let me heat emboss this and see what this does. Okay, not quite what I had in mind. You can see it's sort of silvery, glittery, but that isn't quite what I was thinking of, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Right, I just say add texture paste and add dimensions. So I'm going to go and find a stencil of some kind and some texture paste. I've got two ideas for this, she says. Just looking at this. Yep, I'm going to have a go at, maybe I don't want that green though. It won't be that colour. Right, I'm going to make up some modelling paste. So I've got some here. I don't know how much I'll need, so I'll get quite a bit to begin with. And I'm going to add a bit of green to that. So I'm just using a palette knife, some green acrylic paint, and just going to try and homogenise that a bit and make that a greeny colour. I was worried that it would be the same colour green as this, but it won't be because the texture paste is kind of, I would say white, it's not, a buff kind of colour. So it's lightened it. So I'm going to put this stencil on in 2 places. I haven't decided where yet. Maybe like, I want to put it twice. Right, maybe we'll try something like this. This is where it could all go wrong. I hope you can see. Can you see what I'm doing? Not easily. Let me turn it and do it sideways and see if that will work. I only want the leaves and the stem, so I don't want to go up beyond that. Let's just see what we get with this. And just moved it. Excellent, excellent. Let's lift that off. Not great. What was that great mess in the middle there? Right. Let me see if I can rectify that, because I don't want to go and make the same mistake twice. I don't know if that was me because it was at an awkward angle or what, but I'm going to suggest... oh, that was supposed to be a leaf, wasn't it? All right, well... managing to clean up quite a bit of this. She says it's not perfect by any stretch. Can I get in there? All right, that'll do. It's not brilliant, but it'll do. Right, let's try again over here. Except what I want is I need to remove the paste from this side. Bear with me because that needs to be clean. Let's try that one first. I just want to turn it over and use it the other way, that's all. Right, let's put that on there, like that. Not to keep sticking your hand in the texture paste. This is how not to use it, I think. These stencils are not great. They are quite thin. Right, let's see what we've got going on now. That's a little better. That is kind of what I was aiming for. Perhaps we'll have half of one down here. I know it's gone over the stamping, but that's all adding to the texture. Right, I'm going to leave that and clean up and I'll be back. And the texture paste is not dry particularly, but I want to go in with some more. And I don't know how much to use, so I'll put some there. And I'm going to add a little black to this, a tiny amount, so let's put some up here so I don't go mad with it. And in fact I might not make it all homogeneous in one colour. I fancy it being a bit different. Right, so what I'm going to do now is come in with this. Not like that at all. What's wrong with me? Something like that. Oh my goodness. A bit down there. And I do want it, I do kind of want to come down to there. Let's stick that down like that. I think half the problem is my paper, she says, blaming her tools. It's because I put the acrylic paint on it. It is not, it doesn't lie flat, so it's hard for the stencil up against it. Sorry if you don't like the noise. I can't say I'm a massive fan myself. Right, have we got any extra? Because I don't want to have to make any more up. Just want to go up there a bit. Let's see what we've got there. Right, not too bad. Do need to deal with that. Let's get rid of that. Can I just put something in there to make it look a bit more like it's supposed to be there? Quite possibly. And I'm just going to use a bit of kitchen paper to smooth off anything I don't want. And more or less we've got a kind of undulating thing. That will do. I'm hoping that looks like stone at the bottom. And then got plants and things growing out the top. Right, this has got to dry before we do anything else. So I'm going to leave that, clean up. I'll be back when that's all done. Right, I'm just going to take stock at what we've done. We've used 3 colours of acrylic paints. We've used embossing, we've added texture paste, we've added dimension, we've used corrugated cardboard. What I haven't done is add flowers, use cut or torn shapes from book pages. I haven't doodled or drawn, added random words or distressed anything at the moment. So I'm thinking of doodling and making flowers on here. It's not very thick. Do you think I should stick it on a bit of card? I don't know. Maybe we'll go for one and see. Right, I'm just going to grab a pen and I don't really know what flower to draw. It's got slightly more text on it. And how big do they want to be? Let me look at my page. I don't want to be massive. No. Right. That's one. Oh, that was a bit silly. Not going to fit the whole thing on. Oh well. That's not the best one. I might end up doing that one again because I don't like it. Let's try here. Right, I like 2 of those, not keen on that third one, so I'm going to do another one here. Okay, so I've got doodle or drawn flowers. Now, do you think if we distress it, if we just use distress ink on it, do you think that would class as being distressed? Because this is distress ink. So I wouldn't mind giving it a bit of colour, but nothing. That's a bit odd, but I don't think there's much ink on this. Hopefully that classes as distressed. And we could add, give it a bit of a coloured centre. Oh, wrong one. Do you know what, I might just make those a bit darker. Okay, I'm just adding some distress ink and water. That is all. This is picked raspberry I'm using now. I'm going to have to let these dry before I attempt to cut them out. As you can see, I'm not doing this very neatly. I think I might need some more of that. Just like a hint of pink. You can still see the book paper underneath. Hopefully that classes as distressing. I'm using distress ink. Anyway, you know me, I make it up as I go along. I'm not very rigid with these prompts. I do my own thing. There we go. Just put more on there. Right, those will dry, hopefully, and then I will cut them out. Right, what can we do to liven this up a bit? A few dots, maybe a few lines. As you can see, they are doodled. I'm not, paying much heed. Not thinking about it too much. I've got a white pen. No, that's gold. So it sort of brightens it up a little. Right, next job, cut those out. Let me find my fussy cutting scissors. Here they are. I'll spare you the pain. I'll be back in a sec. Yes, I just cut out all my little words, put them down, little tiny words next to me, and then decided to heat dry this and blew them away. So I've managed to rescue what I can, but I can't say that I've got everything. Just trying to make this look a bit more like undergrowth, and rather than it. I'm just using it, that was a woody, and I've got some ink tents here. Just trying to, because it looks a bit bare still with where the corrugated cardboard was. Right, are these it's not that bad a colour match for these. I'm just adding a bit more to the stems in case I want them to be a bit longer. Something like that. I mean, it looks a bit better. It's not perfect by any means, but I'd like to go in with a pen actually, or a darker pencil. What have we got? There's a darker green colour, an olive. Is it green? Yeah, leaf green it says. Slightly worried there. Just to add a little bit more interest to it. Now, what I might do, she says, what colour is that? Charcoal. I might just put a little bit of the ink tents in here. Don't know if this will work, but I'm just trying to fill in these gaps because it looks a little bit gappy, and I might just add a bit of that on the top, and we'll go over it with some water, see what happens. Hopefully it will not look awful. Oops, sorry. Knocked everything out the way. Right, I think that helps that, and then maybe just a little bit of, let's get the water, that might help. To be careful, because I think this might, I don't know if the texture paste gets soft again with water. It probably does. Just dry it off. I'm not looking for something perfect between the things. I just don't want it to look too... There, that will do. That will do. Not going to worry about it. Right, let me try that. Right, here are my flowers. I left a tiny amount around the outside when I cut them out, just because I thought if I hated it I could cut it off again, but I actually think I prefer it like that. So that's those done. Now one of the sticks says add random words. So I'm thinking I've got this bit of book paper left over. I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to, I think I'll do what I did a minute ago, and that was just to put some distress ink on it. I'm just trying to think what kind of colour would I want and where is it going to go. If they're going on the background, maybe the blue and maybe a bit of pink, I don't know. Let's try some blue. I don't really want to introduce too many colours. I don't think. Hang on a minute though. Let's have a look. That's distress oxide. Maybe we'll use that. And maybe I won't use that blue there. I'll use that for something else. Let me just use that up. I don't know if I've ever said, but I've got a book. I'm using a book here. Aisha made me this book, and I decided I was going to use it to create drops of using up all my stuff. So when I've got a bit of texture paste like there and here, or paint, I don't know what I'm going to use it for afterwards, or stamping, but I figured that was a good way of using up my things, and then not, otherwise I have a lot of stuff that's like this is just wasted, and I don't want to waste it. So I started just doing some pages every now and again. Also it gives me something if I want a card base, or I might just use it as an album at the end when I've filled the pages in. I've only been doing it in the last few weeks, so it says wasting stuff. I don't like wasting. Oops, sorry. I don't like wasting things, so there's not a lot of that left. So, but that looks like a pretty page, and I can use that for something. Right. Just let that dry. Now, so I've got the pink, but I think I'm going to use tumbled glass as well. That's more like the background colours that we used. And I don't know what the words are or anything. I am just going to add a little water. Oops, not that much water. I think the pink will show up, but what about the blue? Oh, the blue is better. And I will dry this and just cut out random words. I'm not going to think about it. Just cut out some words and we'll stick them on the background, because it does say random. It doesn't say make a sentence or anything like that. So I will try to be random. That blue looks quite nice actually. Pink, not so much. Shall I add a bit of... Just trying to think what I could add to that. It is quite a pale colour for a start. Maybe it needs a little bit of something else, like the picked raspberry. Not too much, just a little. Let's see what we've got going on here. Maybe that's a bit better, isn't it? Let's just leave that. Have we got any more? There's some here. Right, let that dry. I'll squeeze out as much paint as I can from that bit there. Right, I'm going to let that dry and then I'll cut some words out and we will be back. Oops, yes, that is still a bit wet there. Right, let's get the flowers and see if we can put those on somewhere. Something. Or maybe put that smaller one over here and that bigger one up there like that. I'm going to glue those on with, oh, perhaps I'll just use art glitter glue today. Right, let me get some of those rescued words. I mean, they're very, very tiny. I might need some tweezers for these. I'm not going to, I did just print them out. Not print them out, cut them out. I cut it as you saw, and I didn't even look at, well, that is random, but I don't want it to be upside down. I can go there. So I just picked random words, cut them out, and I haven't looked at them. I haven't picked words like and the and stuff like that. I'm just trying to put pink ones on the pinky bit, and I'll put blue ones on the bluey bit. Bound, laughing together we've got. Oopsie. Slipped. Clutched. What else have we got? Oh, let's have that one. Wildly. I think I've done everything now for the prompts. Wildly. I might put one up there because there's a big bit of grey that I've got. Looks like texture paste up there, which we don't want. I'll get rid of that with fasten. And we'll have shook over here. What's that one there? Sudden. Perhaps we'll put that on and call it a day. Oops. That will do, like that. Let's double check I've done everything. I think it needs a bit of a border or just some inking. Use 3 colours of acrylic paint. Yes. Embossing. I embossed the whatever that is. Some kind of curly plant. Also, there is some embossing here where I did heat embossing of the glittery thing, which I then didn't use. Texture paste. Yes, I've added that here and here. Dimension. Well, that is all of that is dimension, so I'm not going to add any more. I mean, I could, but I don't think I will. Corrugated cardboard. I started off with the sort of undergrowth with the corrugated cardboard. Distress something. Well, I'm taking that to mean using the distress inks. I doodled and drew the flowers. I'm adding flowers. I'm using cut or torn shapes from book pages and random words. So I have completed all of the sticks. It does need something around the outside. What could we put down there to make it look a bit more? I'm inclined to go with my usual black soot. I'm also contemplating, when it says adding dimension, if there's anything else I could add to it that would just, I don't know. Make it pop. Right, that would do around the edge, I think. Oops. Do I want to make these words pop a bit more, or should I just leave them as they are? I mean, I could go round them with something. Looking for, oh, you know what I'm looking for? My Stabilo All, which is getting so small that I can't find it anymore. Is that it? Yeah, so I should keep it out really. It's not tiny, it's just smaller than my other pencils, I think. It gets swamped. I don't know if I want to do that or not. Perhaps I will. The hardest thing is knowing when to stop. Right, I think I need to stop, otherwise I know what I'm going to be. Does it need any more dimension, guys? It's not terribly, I mean, it has got dimension, but I feel like it's a bit of a cheat because no, it's not a cheat. It's not. It has dimension. Not very much of it, but it does have some. Oh, I know what I could do. See, you look at something long enough and you can find things that you could do. And what colour am I going to do it in? Right, I've got some Nouveau drops which I could way up, which I could perhaps use on here. That's too much. There we go, that adds dimension. Obviously I'm going to have to wait for that to dry before I put that in my album. There we go, that will do. That's it on the adding dimension. It is done. And yeah, let's just leave that to dry now. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and well, and I will see you very soon.